Alex, and today is Monday. Good morning. Alright, today we're back to doing handheld. I'm pretty sure y'all liked the video from 24 hours ago. I streamed it on both my YouTube channels. I was contemplating on putting it on a third channel, and I decided not to because I think that would destroy the cell phone. I don't think the camera on the cell phone, I don't think it can handle that. Me upload the video 3 times on the 3 different channels. I think I did that last year, and it froze up the cell phone, and I had to turn the cell phone on and off like 4 times. And when I tried to upload it a third time, it just wouldn't do it. So I didn't want to take that chance on putting it on 3 channels. But however, I might do it with this video. It all depends on how well it's well received. This one's going to be talking about Asian women, because there are some black men who love some Asian women. There are some white men, and there are some Latino men that got the hots for the Asian women. And because I always keep going to this restaurant, this fast food place that we all know the name of by now, it only seems fair that I actually give these women the proper respect that they deserve. These women have been in television, they've been in film, these women also have been in sports, and we're going to go ahead and put this title together. And this one's taken almost 4 weeks to put together. Now, I ain't forgot you black women. I'm going to do back-to-back YouTube videos today, okay? So this is going to be the Asian women's video, and then we're going to make y'all older black women, because I said I was going to make a YouTube video called Sexiest Older Black Women. I'm going to save y'all for the main event. Y'all want to be the main event, right? Think of it as boxing. Do you want to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus nobody in the first hour? Hell no. Do you want to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus a nobody in the second hour? Hell no, right? You want to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. in hour number 3. Hour number 3 is the main event. So consider this video before the main event. And the main event's going to be the sexiest older black women. And I might change up the title on that. So it's taking a little bit longer because I got to compile the names together. And that's going to take a lot longer because when you say the sexiest older black women, you have to really sit down and do a whole lot of research. And I don't want to fuck the video up and then y'all get mad at me and get in your car and chase me down the street for 15, 20 blocks because I got the video wrong. So it's going to take a little longer. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, but you will get the video. I ain't forgot. I'm a man of my word. Whatever I say I'm going to do, I'm going to do. It might take 2 days, might take 3, might take a week. The longest is a month, but eventually you get the video, okay? So don't be tripping on me because of this video. This video is because it's out of respect. And then we're going to get to the black women's video, the sexiest older black women, okay? So, chill, don't lose your composure. I will get the video. I have a new audience, and sometimes my audience will do things that they want to see. And I apologize because it's early in the morning, and every time I do a video, somebody always calls. And I probably know who it is. Alright, the title of this video is going to be called Sex Game Sexiest Top 12 Hot Asian Women in Television and Film. We're talking about 12 of the best of the best. It doesn't matter what their age is, okay? A lot of these women are very physically, sexually attractive. These are women I've seen on TV for the past 14 years. And this is a list I put together because these are women that I find physically, sexually attractive. These are women that if I saw right now, of course, if there was no accident, if I saw these women right now, I would try to ask these women out to lunch and dinner. They're that very physically, sexually attractive. Now, when we get closer to actual July, I will drop the video that no one expects. It's going to be a new worldwide event type of video. Part 1 of that is going to be the greatest comic book films of all times. The second half of that event will be me talking about that I like all women, because I'm going to answer that $1 billion question that nobody here on YouTube wants to answer. So, it's going to get answered, but you have to wait until July, because we got some left. We got July, we got June 29th, and then there's a June 30th. So, still got 2 more days of June, and it ain't July yet. And when I drop the comic book video, I want to do it when they actually open the gym back up. Like, literally opened it back up. Not because I have another series that I want to do, but that's not why you're watching this channel. We've been rambling on and talking too much, so let's get to it. Coming in at number 12 is Gail Kim. Now, Gail Kim is a retired professional wrestler. Now, she lives in Canada, and she is mixed. She is Korean or Asian descent because she does have that in her family. And I've been watching her wrestling career for years. I told you in my video called Sexiest Women in Wrestling that I actually like her character. I actually like her character in wrestling. Now, she did a promotion called Wow Women's Wrestling, and she was there for like a very good 5 or 6 years where she became a 3-time world champion. And that's how she got discovered by WWE. And to break in her first time and beat Trish Stratus for the title, she had done something in history that no one had done before. Like for years and for years, they had women do professional wrestling, and none of them could get over. And Gail Kim was one of these rare girls that came in. You know, they said she was too small. They said she was too skinny. They said she didn't have no athletic build, and she proved everybody wrong. I became a fan of her the minute she won her title. She only defended the title like twice, and then they made her drop the belt, which I thought was very rude and disrespectful. It's like she just got her first title reign, and just like that, you end it. And then it wasn't until, and then she left the company, and then she went to Japan Wrestling, and then she went to TNA where she stayed for 10 years, and she managed to make herself into a 5-time or 6-time world champion in professional wrestling. She got into small little parts in movies and television shows that were unnoticed. She did some modeling, which I didn't know, and if it weren't for Gail Kim, a lot of these wrestlers that you see today, like Asuka and WWE, she's another person I might actually tie on this list, because she is Asian. She is in her mid-20s. So, you know, why is it kept closed? Gail Kim opened the door for a lot of these women to come in and do it. Like, you would have never gotten no Asuka in WWE winning the championship like she is. So, Gail Kim was the one who opened the door. Gail Kim's the one who made it possible. So, they should be looking up to her because she was the one who went through all the criticisms, you know, the discrimination, and when she went back to WWE for the second time, she had the same problem again. You know, so it's no big secret. Her and, you know, Mr. McMahon, they don't see eye to eye. But she's the one who opened the door for Asian women to break into professional sports and do what it is that they do today. So you have to consider that. She's a legend. She's an icon. She's a Hall of Famer. Hopefully one day she gets in the WWE Hall of Fame. All right, coming in at number 11 is Chloe Bennet. If you don't know who that is, all you have to do is type up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a.k.a. Disney Johnson. Now, she's very physically sexually attractive. I mean, she looked good. I mean, when they brought her on the show, she was like the youngest cast member. And then she got, you know, she caught fire when they changed her character from being this computer hacker brat to this, you know, female secret agent that kicks your ass. And then somewhere around in season 3 or season 4, where they decided to do the Inhuman storyline, she got superpowers. And then they changed her from being this nice little innocent girl to this sexy, hot golf girl. She was badass. I was like, damn. And then, you know, she got into better athletic shape. And then they had it where she would drive motorcycles. And then I like the storyline where she connected with the Ghost Rider, Ruby Reyes Ghost Rider, not Johnny Blaze's Ghost Rider. And to me, that was the best part of the television because they finally pushed her character. And the fact that she's not scared to open her mouth and speak up about what goes on behind the scenes. Now, she's been in other movies and television shows, and she always said that she felt that her character should be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I agree with her that there's a chance that she could interact with characters like Miss Marvel, Black Widow, you know, She-Hulk, because She-Hulk's getting a television show. You could just take the characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and throw them on to Agents of to She-Hulk. Like, you can have her escape and have her, you know, run cross past a big Marvel character. It could do that with her character. And she likes having fun. And you see she likes to stay and get signed every single year. And she keeps asking the studios, make it happen. make the television show crossover with the movies. And the studios is considering it. One of the biggest downfalls, if they don't take her character and put it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'll be very furious if they don't do it. I mean, she has the talent. She's hungry. She seems like she wants to interact with all these characters. She likes that idea. All right, coming in at number 10 is Grace Park. Now, Grace Park is from Canada, and she's fine as hell. Now, I like my Asian women, in athletic shape, very athletic, very physically fit. She eats her fruits and vegetables. She drinks a lot of water. She stays away from the alcohol and the drugs. She stays away from the fast crowd and stays to herself and does her job. Like she was on a TV show called Hawaii 5 for like at least 6 or 7 years before she got recast because they weren't paying her enough money, and she ended up I mean, she had already been on 3 television shows, 6 years apart, but that was the main television show. And when they put her on there, I was like, damn, this girl is fine. And this woman could actually do martial arts. A lot of people just thought she's just an actress. No, she did some modeling, she did acting in television and film, and she could do some martial arts. Like, this girl's got some skills, and she looks good for her age. And when I first saw her, the first thing I said was, if you wanted to do a reboot of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, you could have her in those franchises. And not just as the average character. Like some people say she could play Jade. She could play Jade, but I could also see her play Princess Katana. I could see her play Melina if it was Street Fighter. I could see her play Shakira, the girl that has a crush on Ryu. She could play those characters if they wanted, had they rebooted Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter much earlier, which they did, but she should have been a part of that. That would have been a chance for her to showcase her skills. All right, coming in at number 9 is Michelle Yeoh. Now, Michelle Yeoh is one of my favorite actresses from the 80s and the 1990s and 2000s. She's been in the game for like 4 plus decades. She's done almost 100 films, just like Jackie Chan, and she's best friends with Jackie Chan. Everything Jackie Chan does, she does the same thing. She's produced, she's written scripts, she's directed, and she's acted in a bunch of movies and television shows. She's been in so many movies that people compare her to Jackie Chan. To me, she's on the same level as Jackie Chan. Anything Jackie Chan can do, she can do just as good. She has her best movie moments. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and then almost 20 years later to come back for the highly anticipated sequel. So she's been in 2 of those films. Then she got to be in James Bond Tomorrow Never Dies. And why is it kept closed? Had they ever done a Catwoman movie, she could have been Catwoman because her character had some elements of Selena Kyle, where she could play Catwoman. And she was in shape for these movies. She did a whole bunch of these movies. She did like at least 7 or 8 movies with Jackie Chan. And then she got her own series of movies where she was a cop, and they tried to make the story where Jackie Chan was the big brother, she was the sister, and they hadn't seen each other for 5 years, and they were cops. Super Cop 1, Super Cop 2, Super Cop 3. If anybody remember those movies from the late 80s, early 90s, she was in those movies. And she even did a movie with Van Diesel where it was, science fiction. And she's like in her late 50s, early 60s. She looks good for her age. Like most women, when they hit 50 or 60, they're all old and broken up. But she stayed away from the alcohol, the drugs, the partying, and stayed very young and youthful. And why is it kept closed? I bet you if you ask her, she'll tell you she get hit on a whole lot. Like, literally, she gets hit on a lot. And she's good in the martial arts. She's not just one of these actresses who just does the martial arts because that's what you expected. She has other skills, other talents. Like, she can write scripts. A lot of people don't know that. She can write scripts, she can produce, she can direct. She knows how to do choreography, and she also is a martial artist herself, an 8th degree black belt. I don't know which style, but I do know that's why they picked her for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and then 20 years later do the sequel. She's been in plenty of movies. And I don't see her slowing down no time soon. Like, I really don't. Like, you watch her movies, she's serious and passionate about what she does for the art of acting. Doesn't matter what genre it is. It could be comedy, she could do comedy. You need her to do something serious, she can do something serious. You want her to do a little bit of both, she can do it. Alright, coming in at number 8 is Lucy Liu. Now, in the 1990s, I actually had a crush on Lucy Liu, and I still do, when she was on a television show called Alec Mobito. A lot of y'all probably don't remember that show. It was made by Fox. It did ran for like 3 or 4 seasons. She was on there where she showed that she had the ability to do comedy. But she wanted to be taken serious, so she ended up doing this movie with Antonio Banderas. By far one of the best action movies I ever seen. Like she played an assassin where she got into athletic shape. And Lucy Liu's another one of these women that can actually kick your ass in real life, not just in the damn movies. In real life, she can kick your ass. Just because she's 5'6", 120 pounds, that don't mean shit. She can break your arm, your leg, knock you out unconscious. Like she's legit. Like she actually really trains in actual martial arts. And when she does it for real. And if you thought that movie was a fluke, it's not, because she would do another action-packed movie, and then she would do another one, and that movie would end up be called Bill Kill Volume 1, which showed she really can do real good with a sword. Like, the way she did the character, it shows that she was truly committed and she was serious. Like, she went to do this, went to martial arts class, acting class, turn around and get ready for the character. And just imagine if you were to do a TV show called The Blade back then. She would have been perfect for that role because she can do the sword fighting. And she wasn't in her 20s when she did that. She was like in her 30s when they asked her to do Bill Kill Volume 1. So, yeah, and she still looks hot. Like as much time has passed by, she still looks hot. All right, coming in at number 7 is Zhang Ziyl. Sorry if I messed up the last name, but you should know her. She was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and including the sequel. And those are just 2 movies that she's been in. She also was in the sequel to Rush Hour 2, where she was actually beating up Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Now, she's very physically, sexually attractive, and she don't even age. Like, this woman is in her 40s, and she still looks like she's 24 years old in her physical prime, and she's like 42, 43, might even be older than that, and she don't look her age. See, that's what a lot of black men and white men love so much about Asian women. They always stay in athletic shape. They eat their fruits and vegetables. They just stay in shape. And she's one of the biggest reasons why I went to go watch the sequel to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Because I didn't even know they made a sequel. And when they made the sequel, I watched it on Netflix, and it was good. And they said they would come back and make a 3rd film in the series. So she's pretty much, she looks the same. Like, when they did the second one, a lot of the concerns was she going to look the same as she did in the first one? And she did. Coming in at number 6 is Tao Okamoto. Now, I probably have messed up the last name. I apologize. We seen her in a number of movies and television shows, but all I have to do is say one name and you guys know what I'm talking about. The Wolverine. She played the woman from the comic books from Japan that was in love with Wolverine, and the Silver Samurai wanted to take Wolverine's powers for himself, and she was the daughter that fell in love with Logan in the movie Wolverine. Well, to me, if you were going to do a Dragon Ball Z movie, right? That's Chi-Chi. Everything you saw her do in the movie, that's Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Z. She talks back. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty and fight. She knows how to use a weapon. All of that is Chi-Chi. That right there, that was Chi-Chi. Like, just think about it. If you wanted to make Dragon Ball Z, she could have been Chi-Chi. And you already had someone in there that could have played Goku. You had Chi-Chi. That's how you would do it. She embodied what Chi-Chi looked like, but it wasn't Dragon Ball Z. It was the Wolverine. But they took that fighting style, they took the technology and the way that you would make, that world of Dragon Ball look, and they did it for a Marvel movie. But you had an actress that had the qualities that resembled Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Z. So you could see those elements right away. Coming in at number five is Devon Aoki. Now she's been in plenty of movies. You saw her in Fast and Furious 2. Yeah, the girl that got hit on by Ludacris and she rejected Ludacris and she was driving the car. That was her. She also popped up in the first movie Sin City. Badass Asian chick with a badass samurai sword. It don't get any fucking better than that with the first Sin City movie. Now it's unfortunate that she did not come back for the highly anticipated sequel, but she was in the first one, and then she appeared in a movie called War with Jet Li. So she can do these movies with no problem. And basically, she was in here, and she was pretty good. And she still looks pretty much the same. So she likes those types of movies. Like, she's actually made a career out of doing it. Other actresses want to be nice and cute. She's the complete opposite. And that's what I find about her physically, sexually attractive. All right, coming in at number four is Jamie Chung, the woman who actually played Chi-Chi and Dragon Ball Evolution. Yeah, the movie fucking sucked. I ain't gonna lie. Dragon Ball Evolution, it sucked bad. To me, that weren't no damn Dragon Ball. I mean, she embodied Chi-Chi, and what I liked about it was she did her homework. Like, she actually took the martial art classes. Everything Chi-Chi does in the cartoon, she actually did in the movie. And to me, the fact that they made her popular in high school and she crushed on Goku immediately was something that people always thought that could have happened in a cartoon sense. Like, they took the idea from Dragon Ball Z. Instead of calling it Gohan goes to high school, Goku go to high school, and they took some elements from Spider-Man and made it where Goku's kind of like Peter Parker. He doesn't really have an idea on how to talk to girls, and they made Chi-Chi kind of like Mary Jane if you look at the interaction between the two, and the fact that she could help him with martial arts made it interesting because you would see Chi-Chi character in Dragon Ball Z do that with Gotan. So yeah, she kind of mirrored some qualities of the character, and she could fight. She did her homework. And when we see her in other movies, all we all can think of as Dragon Ball fans is damn Chi Chi is hot as hell. Like, if you needed to reboot Dragon Ball Z, please bring her back as Chi Chi with all of the qualities. Alright, coming in number three is my other crush, Maggie Q. Now, Maggie Q was in Mission Impossible 2, either 2 or 3. She was in one of those Mission Impossibles. And then she got to be in another movie. She got to be in Die Hard 4 with Bruce Willis. I hate to say this, I like Bruce Willis. You the man, you will always be the man. But in that movie, you got your ass kicked by this fine ass Asian chick. Like, to me, if you was gonna reboot Street Fighter, that's who you get for Chung Li. Like, everything you saw her do, that's what Chung Li does in the cartoon and the comic books. She's a badass operative, a computer hacker. She can kick your ass. She can speak multiple languages. Somebody did something to her. She want revenge. That is Chung Li. She embodied qualities of Chung Li in a lot of these movies. Mission Impossible 2 or 3, Die Hard 4. Then she gets her own television show where, again, she's playing a Chung Li character, Navin Nikita. When they brought the television show back on the CW network, that show ran for like 4 or 5 seasons. And they did a spin where they made it where she's a genetic enhanced female super soldier. I was like, if you can do Navin Nikita, you could reboot Street Fighter and you can have her play Chung Li. Because she's playing that character in all her movies and television shows. And it makes me scratch my head like, damn it, why can't you just get the actress who plays this character? When they rebooted it in 2009, they made a big mistake. They didn't cast her, they chose someone else. And their excuse was, well, she's older. And I'm like, bullshit. She still looks the same that she was when she did Navin Nikita. She hardly ever ages. So it's like, that's why the movie didn't do good. Had they put her in it, it would have done fairly, very good. All right, coming in at number 2 is Ming Wan. I might have not said the last name correct, a.k.a. Chung Li. Now, this woman became the actress that all of us had a crush on in the 1990s. I mean, you could cut the tension with the knife. It was like, when we saw her as Chung Li, she looked like the character from the video game. And you fast forward like 30 something years later, or in this case, we'll say 20 years. For her, it's 30 years later. For us, it's like 20 something years later. And you have her put on that sexy ass dress and have her hair up, and all you're going to see is Chun-Li. Like when we saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it was like she was playing Chun-Li all over again. She had the serious look. She was all serious and shit. And it was like, it takes a lot to make her laugh. Where in real life, she probably actually laughs because she probably have gotten people getting her autographs and taking pictures and saying, what do I call you? I call you a character from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Chun-Li? And she probably has to laugh like, hey, that's a good question. And I'm pretty sure she's probably seen people with posters of Chun-Li and saying, how come you never did the reboot movie? And she go, well, if the studios asked, I would have done it. And she's in her 50s. And she still is very physically, sexually attractive. And she gets hit on a whole lot. And guys are blown the hell away when they find out she's not in her 40s, she's in her mid-50s. But it doesn't look like it. Like, a lot of these martial art movies that they do today, she actually could pop up in those movies and play those characters. She's still a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and what I'm waiting for Marvel to hurry up and do is, can we get one good cameo of her face to face with Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow? Can we make that shit happen, please? Alright, coming in at number one is Rila Fukushim. I probably messed up the whole last name, I apologize. She is number one because she played a character on a television show with a badass samurai that traps your soul within the sword in season 3 of Arrow. Now, she's very physically, sexually attractive. And to me, when she was in the Wolverine movie, she had the badass samurai sword. And throughout the whole movie, I was like, damn, this woman is fine. And I was like, Wolverine actually should be with this girl because this girl was just more hot. I mean, the other girl was like Chi-Chi and this girl was hot. And it was like she got to fight and she was hot. I was like, shit. And then she got to be in the CW number when she did Arrow. And then she got to be in 2 seasons of the show. And then she clashed with Tatiana Osgal, who's also played by an Asian actress who I didn't put on this list. But if I have to, I'll tie them both at number one if I had to. But she embodied the comic book character. She put the mask on her face. She had the badass samurai sword. To me, the television version portrayed it much better than the suicide version of the movie. Now, I'm not saying the actress who played that comic book version from DC in the suicide movie was bad. It wasn't. But when you talk about emotion, when you talk about passion, she puts passion in all her characters. Doesn't matter if they're from movies, television shows, different genres. And every time somebody see her on from Arrow, they always know what movie she played before that. Oh, they go, that's the girl that was in the Wolverine movie. Oh man, she fine. I mean, even if you don't know her name, all you can say is, man, that's the girl with the badass samurai sword. That's why she's at number one. Because to me, if you were to reboot any of these martial art movies, like if you do Crouching Hidden Tiger 3, she could pop up in that. You do The Blade season 3 or season 4, she could pop up in that. If you're rebooting Mortal Kombat, which they are, please cast her as Princess Katana. Make the shit happen. I'm just telling you, this is why I put the list together. Now, I know a lot of men are going to watch this video because of the title of the video. Black women, y'all in the main event, okay? This video was before the main event, so don't be, mugging me and looking at me all hard in public because I made this video. I made this video because it's a part of the series. The next one's going to be called The Sexiest Older Hot Black Women in Television and Film. That's for y'all. Y'all the main event. I know y'all love to be in the main event. Until then, peace.